and it's ending soon, you cannot stop them, and they just ignore the man. And the Samaritan the Samaritan stopped and actually helped the guy, right? You know the rest of the story. Saving life. Even if it's Sabbath, even if it's the Lord's Day, we must save life. Tuesday, Luke 6. Prayer and action. I like these two together. When you pray, you must act also. The first consideration is time and place for prayer. There's a time and there's a place for prayer.
But wouldn't that be like, the scriptures teaches us to pray at all times, no matter what, you know.
No, I'm talking about meditative prayer here. Meditative prayer. It's hard to do meditative prayer or contemplative prayer, let's say, in a bus, while there's a fight going on, or in front of very loud TV, or when there's a DJ who's playing loud music. It's not easy. That's what it means. You have to have a place and a time for good quality prayer. And there are three things here. Of course, there's place, there's time. The place must be suitable. The time must be adequate. You cannot say, okay, I have time to eat for 3 hours and a time to pray for 2 minutes. This probably 2 minutes, probably not adequate time to pray. You agree? That's what it means. How long did Jesus pray? Do you know?
Hours. People fall asleep.
All night. Jesus would pray all night, unceasing. That's why if Jesus could beat the 2,000 Hail Marys, because the 2,000 Hail Marys would only be like 7 hours. I haven't done it, but I ask people. It takes them 7 to 8 hours, depends on how long they stop. They do intermission. But Jesus prayed more than that, all night. All night means after dinner into the morning. Can you pray like that?
I haven't tried it.
Do you pray like that? Yeah. Oh.
Oh, there it goes. No longer sleeps. That's what she said.
No, it doesn't mean you're wrong. Well, the Bible says everyone is fallen short in the sight and eyes of God.
Yeah.
Book of Romans. So, place and time for prayer. It should be adequate time and appropriate place. A bar probably is not a very good place to pray.
Well, suppose that you're there and some incident happens and you run to the bathroom and pray there. Run, as you're running out, you're praying, oh God, please, let it all be over.
But there might be enough adequate time.
Well, okay.
Generally, that's probably not a... In my experience, I can meditate very effectively in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Because I can feel His presence. As soon as I walk in and kneel before His holy body and blood, soul and divinity, I feel His presence. I can meditate really.
Okay, well, is it the same meditation versus prayer?
Yeah, meditation is a form of prayer.
Okay, but a prayer, like I was saying, like if there's an incident, let's say, like what happened 9/11, you know, there's no time to go anywhere adequate, and no time to pray a timely prayer. But you could say a 2-minute prayer, you could, and say, Heavenly Father, forgive me for what I sinned, and I'm going to jump out doing this because I have no choice.
Only 1 second is enough for prayer. If times we have, just say Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's enough.
Oh, there we go. Okay. That's such a comfort I needed.
Yeah, just Jesus.
And sometimes you don't need a word to pray.
I mean, absolutely.
Just gazing upward.
See it? Tell you. Tell you. Oh.
Because at that level, that's when you feel the Spirit. You know, just to gaze up in the sky. I feel it too. But I'm not a saint.
No. I'm just not bowing down yet. I cannot bow before her because she's only human.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Don't believe it.
A special call. Very big point. A special calling means you've heard that little tiny voice, that whisper from God. It's your calling. Why am I so serious about the Bible? Father Ivan is upstairs. And he said in the king, he knows that I'm so serious about the Bible class. Without miss. Since we started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except that I'm a little late today because I was making copies. And I must confess in public that I also made extra copies for my other class on Friday because it's our first time. That's why I was late. I more than doubled the number that I normally make copies. I didn't tell him that. Well, I will. Do you notice that Jesus, whenever there's some special big decision to be made, he had to talk to his Father. Very, very profoundly when he agonized in the garden. Remember the Gethsemane? He had to consult his Father. Whenever there's a special big decision to be made. You know, whenever you jump into something big, it makes sense to consult God first. Ask Him if that's your special calling. Before you marry, ask God first. Is He the one, or do I wait for another? Did you ask God before you married? Aha! And what happened? In other words, if we can turn back the hands of time, would you have?
Yes.
Glad to hear that.
Yes.
Now you know. The problem is there's no second time.
True.
But you can always ask others. Like her.
The reason there's no second chance.
For her?
Oh, I'm already married.
Yeah. You're already married. That's okay.
Somebody told me that you even must pray for like your kids, husbands or wives.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that. Even if they're not married yet.
Maybe that's what happens to me.
I strongly, strongly recommend you make note of all this. And if you can make notes when I explain things. Because I cannot write everything. Because He will stop it before I know it. So, child for God's grace. What does this mean? Jesus says, I am the vine, you are the branches. Right? Being a child for God's grace is being one of those vines, or being one of those branches that's attached to the vine. Do you know that when you're attached to the vine, what happens? You're full of life. Once you get detached from the vine, what happens? You wither. You wither, you dry out, you fit to be thrown into the fire. So you become a channel of God's grace when you are attached to the vine. And that's what Jesus did. He would pray a lot. He would pray a lot. If He knows His special calling, he becomes a channel for God's grace. Remember, Jesus is the one true mediator between God and man. There's only one mediator between God and man, only Jesus. The mediation of the Blessed Mother is under the mediation of Jesus Christ. It's clear. Luke 6, over here. You know, those one-liners I put here, those one-liners, those are the very things that you should know about those gospel readings. Like this one, leap for joy for heaven. Remember what happened? What's Luke 6 about, Wednesday? Let me see, this is...
It's the mission of the law.
Raising his eye, blessed are you poor, the kingdom is blessed are you who are now hungry. Is that right? But what are you? Okay, I got it. This Luke 6 is the equivalent of Matthew 5. In Matthew chapter 5, we are given the 8 Beatitudes. Remember that? The 8 Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5. Now in Luke 6, Luke is also giving us the Beatitudes, but less than 8. Instead of making it 8, he also added the curses. So, woe to you. So, blessed are you who are poor, for the kingdom of God is yours. Blessed are you who are now hungry. And then he would say, but woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are filled now, you'll be hungry. Woe to you who laugh now. That's why I seldom laugh. For you will grieve and weep. Woe to you when all speak well of you. For their ancestors treated the false prophets in this way. So here's a combination of blessings and curses. Personally, I love Matthew 5 better. Matthew 5 has the spirit of the Lord, the 8 Beatitudes. As you said. I will add here.
Excuse me, what did you mean by leaping for joy for heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Blessing and cursing?
Yeah.
And curse?
No, that's what Luke did in Luke 6. It's a combination of blessings and curses. It's a combination of blessed are you who are poor, blessed are you who are this.
Okay.
But woe to you who are rich, woe to you who are this and that. So it's a combination of blessings and curses. And the things for us, in other words, those 1, 2, 3s are for you and for me. It says, because you said it, Lord, you said it. That ends the conversation right there. When God speaks, everything else is settled. I wish all people would say that now. When God speaks, it's all settled. Because whenever people don't listen to God's voice, what happens? It's an endless conflict. You notice that? It's a conflict that never ends. It never ends. And the only way to end any conflict is God. Because He's the only truth. Outside the truth, there's no truth. It's as simple as that.
But